Angel Reese. Angel Reese is going to be one of the biggest names in free agency. Now, the Chicago Sky hasn't outright stated that they're going to be trading Angel Reese, but hell, if it looked like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a damn duck. Everybody is pretty much assuming that Angel Reese is about to get traded, bro. And it's pretty much to the team.
Angel Reese just set the internet on fire with 3 little words in a hashtag. The future is bright. That post absolutely blew up on social media last night. And what started as just rumors turned into something huge, fast. Chicago's front office went completely silent. Dallas insiders were immediately making calls, and Paige Bucher's whole camp, they noticed right away. But here's the thing. Everyone's missing a huge piece of this puzzle. It's not just about Angel wanting to leave Chicago. There's a coach in the mix, and that totally changes the game here. Sandy Brundello's name keeps popping up in Dallas talks, and if you followed Angel in college, you know why that detail is a bigger deal than any trade itself. Most people are just seeing this as more WNBA offseason drama, but they're completely missing the calculated strategy happening behind the scenes.
Now, I'm telling you right now, Sandy Brundello, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, and Enrique, and they gonna put together a hell of a team. I can't even lie. This might be, we gotta watch this, bro. I can't lie. If that is the case, the Angel Reese is about to head down there to Dallas with Paige Beckers, Enrique, and Sandy Brundello, bro.
Listen to how confident she sounds. We all kind of figured she was headed there, right? That's not just guessing anymore. That's people really reading the room and spotting the patterns. Chicago can't even hide it. The Sky haven't denied anything. They haven't put out a single statement defending their commitment to Angel. And you know, in pro sports, radio silence, that speaks volumes. Now get this. Angel posted that cryptic message at the exact moment Victoria's Secret dropped her campaign photos. That timing wasn't an accident. Her PR team totally orchestrated a double relevancy bomb. She's staying in the headlines for both basketball and brand deals at the same time. Smart players grab control of their narrative before it controls them. What you're seeing here is someone manipulating the news cycle in real time. She picked up these moves from somewhere, and honestly, it's working perfectly.
Just headed to Dallas. I will be covering them because wherever Sandy go, I'm going to cover. Just like I covered, I didn't cover New York a whole lot, but I covered them enough. They garner traction here on the channel, and I just like Sandy Brundello's style of coaching. I like her as a person, and I'm just a fan of Sandy Brundello. So y'all say what you want, but let's head on over to Twitter right now, man, because I'm here.
Okay, so there's the confirmation everyone's been whispering about. Sandy Brundello heading to Dallas isn't official yet, but league sources just keep circling back to that exact same connection. And here's why this is such a huge deal for Angel. Specifically, Brundello completely transformed Sabrina Ionescu from just a talented player into a legitimate superstar. She also took Jonquel Jones and maximized every single skill she had. Her system doesn't just fit players in, it elevates them way beyond what they thought was even possible. Angel desperately needs that kind of structured environment. Chicago gave her freedom, sure, but freedom without clear direction, that just leads to chaos. Her rookie season showed incredible flashes of dominance, but it was mixed with inconsistency. She grabbed tons of rebounds, but those efficiency questions just lingered. The double-doubles were impressive, but championship teams need more than just raw stats. Brundello does not tolerate wasted potential. She would completely reshape Angel's game. Better positioning, smarter shot selection, defensive discipline that goes beyond just effort. That's the real difference between being a good player and becoming someone opponents genuinely fear.
It's a couple of podcasters talking about it. Now me. Let's check out some of the comments. Somebody said, I thought it was the trade announcement. Oh my God. She's trolling, but somebody said, what does this mean? Another person, let's see what this says. LOL, hello, dear Angel. Want to make this private account? I don't know. That's somebody trolling. I thought this was the trade to Dallas AR plus PB announcement, but also
pay attention to that specific.
When people say, wherever Sandy goes, I'm going to cover it. That's not just casual fandom. That's a real recognition that Brundello creates situations absolutely worth documenting. Look at New York. They became must-watch basketball with her in charge. The Liberty went from just hoping for playoffs to being serious championship contenders. All because she put in a system that really maximized every player's strengths while smartly hiding their weaknesses. Now imagine that same coaching philosophy applied to a Dallas roster that has Paige Buickers, Ariko Ogunbowale, and potentially Angel Reese. That's 3 elite talents with completely different skill sets, all meeting someone who can blend them into cohesive basketball. Brundello's actually done exactly that before, even with more complicated rosters. But there's a deeper element here that most analysis totally misses. Angel's brand explodes playing alongside Paige. Not because Paige is better, that's not the point at all. It's because their college rivalry created a storyline that casual fans actually remember. LSU versus Iowa, championship game drama, social media explosions. That narrative doesn't just die out because they're professionals now.
Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, Arike. Yeah, bro, I can't even lie. Angel ain't all that, but with Sandy Brundello, she might make a little noise. She gonna make a little noise over there, bro. I can't even lie. And look here, guys, we just gotta accept it. Angel Reese ain't on Caitlin Clark level at all, but I'm here to tell you, her being next to Paige is going to get her all type of brownie points, bro.
Seriously, this is the story of the year, not just some interesting trade news or story of the month. It's because this whole thing represents something way bigger than just roster moves. It's about the WNBA finally getting that storylines drive viewership way more than pure basketball quality. The league's best teams don't always create the most buzz, right? It's the most compelling narratives that do. Now, Angel and Paige on the same team, that completely flips their entire rivalry dynamic. Suddenly, you've got these former rivals who are forced to coexist, cooperate, and hopefully dominate together. That, my friends, is appointment television. That's why content creators will be scrambling to cover every practice clip, every post-game interaction, every subtle moment that shows whether this partnership actually works. Dallas becomes the absolute center of women's basketball conversation overnight. Not because they're guaranteed to win a championship, they're not, but because every single game carries this huge dramatic weight. Did Angel and Paige figure it out yet? Are they gelling or clashing? Who's the real alpha in that locker room? Those questions keep people watching, even when the basketball itself isn't perfect. And here's what's really brilliant about this potential move. Angel's weaknesses become way less obvious next to Paige's strengths. Her shooting struggles, they matter less when Paige is just draining threes. Her occasional defensive lapses get totally covered by Arike's intensity. The system literally hides flaws while amplifying strengths. And that's exactly what Angel needs right now, at this stage of her career.
Bad press. Somebody said Juicy Meats, the Angel Reese collection is all about confidence. Yes, bro. Angel Reese is posing for Victoria's Secret. She's making headlines. She's tweeting. She is going to do whatever she got to do to stay relevant. And this is the biggest relevancy of it all. Her going to be with Paige, bro. I mean, this is nasty, bro. I just can't even lie.
Now, watch how the argument totally shifts here. It's not about, will this make Angel a better player anymore? It's, will this erase her bad press? That's the real calculation happening behind closed doors. Angel's rookie season came with a lot of baggage. We're talking social media controversies, perceived attitude issues, and questions about whether she prioritized brand building over basketball. Fair or not, those narratives really stuck to her. Chicago couldn't shake them because the team struggled, and Angel became an easy target. Losing teams always blow up individual player criticism. But winning teams, they make those exact same behaviors look like confidence, not arrogance. Dallas offers Angel something Chicago never could, a completely fresh start with built-in narrative protection. Paige's golden reputation creates this halo effect. If they're teammates, Angel benefits just by association. Media coverage softens because criticizing Angel then means potentially criticizing the entire partnership. And honestly, nobody wants to jinx the most interesting storyline in women's basketball. Plus, the Victoria's Secret campaign timing, that reinforces this strategy perfectly. Angel is showing the world she's more than just basketball drama. She's a legitimate brand with mainstream appeal. Fashion industry validation carries a weight that sports media criticism just can't touch. She's building armor against future controversies by diversifying her public image. Smart players understand that perception shapes reality in professional sports. And Angel, she's learning that lesson faster than most.
Community, yes. Everybody's going to... Look, I'm telling you right now, all the people that's, shunning up on this, they're going to be making videos about this. They're going to be talking about this. That's what I'm telling y'all now. Hell, I'm going to be talking about this, bro, because it is going to be a big story if she goes to Dallas. Somebody said everybody knows Tank was happy he could use that Angel. I don't know what that means. But yeah, man. But like you would think that this would have been picking up.
Okay, so there's the honest assessment. Everyone's thinking, but few people say out loud, does this actually make Dallas a better team? Probably not right away, to be honest. Angel's skill set kind of awkwardly overlaps with what Dallas already has. They really need shooting and perimeter defense way more than another interior rebounder. Her strengths don't perfectly fill their weaknesses. But here's the thing, basketball isn't played in a vacuum. Team chemistry matters, coaching adjustments matter, and most importantly, attention matters. Dallas has really struggled to generate buzz, even with Arike dropping 30-point games regularly. They were good enough to be competitive, but just not interesting enough to dominate conversations. Angel changes that entire calculation completely. Suddenly, Dallas games become actual events. Media coverage totally intensifies. National broadcasts prioritize their schedule. Sponsors pay attention because eyeballs follow drama more reliably than they follow pure quality basketball. The WNBA operates in an attention economy, whether purists like it or not. Teams that generate buzz get better time slots, more promotional support, and easier paths to building sustainable fan bases. Dallas has been absolutely starving for that kind of relevance. So despite having talented players, this trade isn't about making Dallas the best team on paper. It's about making them the most compelling team to watch, discuss, and cover. And that's worth way more than advanced statistics might suggest.
See, Angel is like, I don't know who her PR team is, but she's going to do everything she can to stay relevant because I think the Victoria's Secret thing dropped today. She tweeted that out yesterday. And now she's not trending, but she damn near is, bro. She damn near is. I don't know, bro. It's looking real spooky for the Angel Reese department, but
listen to that prediction really carefully. Everyone is going to watch. They're going to be making videos about this nonstop. That's not just guessing. That's understanding how content ecosystems actually work. Angel generates engagement, whether people love her or hate her. Paige generates engagement because everyone wants her to succeed. Combine them, and you've created a content machine that just feeds itself. Every single Dallas game becomes something you can analyze from multiple angles. Are they working together? Who's getting more shots? How's the body language? What did that interaction really mean? Content creators won't be able to resist because their audiences will demand coverage. Chicago never offered Angel that kind of platform. The Sky's struggles made her story feel depressing, not compelling. Watching someone constantly fight losing battles, that just gets exhausting. But watching someone navigate a high-stakes partnership with a former rival, that's entertainment that sustains itself across an entire season. And here's the part that makes this situation even more fascinating. Angel's social media presence guarantees she'll feed the narrative constantly. She won't stay quiet. She won't play it safe. Every cryptic post, every Instagram story, every podcast appearance becomes another chapter in this ongoing saga. Dallas isn't just getting a player, they're getting a content generator who understands modern media better than most veterans out there. That's valuable in ways traditional scouting reports can't even begin to measure.
Jonquel Jones, the likes of those top-notch players. Sandy Brundello is the right coach that can whoop Angel Reese to shape. Yes, whoop her into shape. It seemed like Angel Reese will not be doing her unrivaled. So nothing has come out about Angel Reese potentially doing unrivaled. And yet and still, we'll just have to wait.
Right there.
That's the critical factor everyone keeps circling back to, right? Sandy Brundello truly makes or breaks this entire situation. Without her, Angel and Dallas just becomes another talented player on a dysfunctional team. But with her, it completely transforms into a legitimate project something worth investing in emotionally. Brundello's track record totally speaks for itself. She took Connecticut to championships. She elevated Phoenix way beyond expectations. And she made New York a legitimate threat. Her systems always worked because she's adaptable enough to adjust to her personnel, while still demanding they adjust to her standards. Angel needs those standards desperately. Her talent isn't the question, her consistency is. Her effort isn't the question, her efficiency is. Brundello would attack those weaknesses systematically, forcing Angel to either evolve or get benched. No favoritism, no exceptions, just pure basketball accountability applied equally. And that's exactly what Angel's career needs right now. Chicago let her be herself, which sounds supportive until you realize being herself included bad habits that championship teams simply can't tolerate. Dallas with Brundello means confronting those habits head-on, and either fixing them or accepting a reduced role. Angel's competitive enough that she'd absolutely choose evolution. She's too proud to accept being a role player when she believes she's a star, and that tension, that creates real growth if it's channeled correctly.
And she's going to be wanting to leave because they're not going to win games. At least if Sandy go, we know they're going to win some games, bro. See, Angel just want to win. You know, by any means that she want to win, do OnlyFans, do Victoria's Secrets, be an influencer. Hell, she might drop a sex tape soon. Yeah, I said it. Angel Reese is off the meter, bro. But whatever the case is, she's going to do whatever she got to do to stay relevant. And her...
All right, this is the breaking point. This is the moment where all that frustration turns into an honest assessment, right? Does she just want to win? That question cuts through all the brand talk, all the social media strategy, all the narrative manipulation. What does Angel actually want from her basketball career? If she genuinely wants championships, Dallas with Brundello offers the clearest path forward. If she wants to maximize her brand while still playing competitive basketball, Dallas with Paige offers that too. And if she just wants to prove doubters and silent critics wrong, this move accomplishes that way better than staying in Chicago ever could. But here's the thing, there's a big risk here that nobody's really addressing yet. What happens if this partnership fails? What if Angel and Paige genuinely can't coexist? What if the basketball just doesn't work out? Despite the narrative perfection, then Angel becomes that problem child who ruined a promising situation. She becomes the chaos agent who couldn't make it work even with ideal circumstances. That's the gamble Dallas takes. That's the pressure Angel accepts. And that's why this potential trade matters so much beyond just building a roster. It's a referendum on whether Angel Reese can be a winning player or just a popular one. The WNBA has plenty of popular players who never win championships. You know? Angel's at a crossroads where she chooses which category defines her career. That's the unfiltered truth nobody wants to say on camera, but everyone's thinking it privately. Look, Angel will do whatever it takes to stay relevant. The Victoria's Secret shoot, the cryptic post, the strategic media appearances, none of that happens accidentally. She's building a brand that exists way beyond basketball success. Smart? Absolutely. Sustainable? That depends entirely on whether the basketball backs it up. Because eventually the market corrects itself. Eventually people get tired of style without substance. Eventually you have to deliver on the court or watch your relevancy evaporate, no matter how many brand deals you stack up. Dallas gives Angel the chance to prove she's both a compelling personality and a winning player. Chicago never offered that opportunity because the team wasn't good enough to win, regardless of Angel's individual performance. Dallas with Paige and potentially Brundello removes that excuse completely. If Dallas succeeds, Angel gets credit for being part of a winning culture. But if Dallas fails, she can't blame the supporting cast anymore. That's terrifying and liberating all at the same time. No more excuse, no more if only I had better teammates narratives. Just results that speak for themselves. Angel's either ready for that pressure or she's not, and we're about to find out which one is true. And here's what makes this situation absolutely fascinating from a psychological standpoint. Angel's entire brand is built on confidence. She projects certainty about her abilities, even when the results don't always match that swagger. Dallas tests whether that confidence is genuine or just performance art. Because playing alongside Paige means constant comparison. Every game becomes a referendum on who's really better. Every possession gets analyzed through that lens, whether it's fair or not. Can Angel handle? Does she want to handle that? Or is Chicago's comfortable dysfunction actually preferable to Dallas's high-stakes scrutiny? Those questions matter way more than advanced statistics or shooting percentages. The cryptic posts suggest Angel's ready for the challenge, but her actions over the next few months will reveal whether that's true or just more brand management. What happens next determines whether Angel Reese becomes a champion or just another what-if story the league talks about for years. Does Dallas pull the trigger? Does Chicago demand too much in return? Does Brundello actually sign on? The dominoes are lined up, someone just needs to push the first one.